Hi folks, this is Keenan with Milano Music Center for the band repair facility here at Milano's. I'm the band repair manager, and I'd like to just take a couple of moments to walk you through our process of chemical cleaning and servicing our rental and your personal instruments that we receive here at Milano Music. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start the chemical cleaning process. And what a chem clean is basically a fancy term for a wash. And we're going to take it through a series of chemicals to help break down any crust and corrosion, anything that may be found within the instrument that doesn't belong. So we got a trumpet here, and what I'll do is you start disassembling, and then you get it all prepped and ready. We'll get the valves apart. So we get everything taken apart. You get the valves out, you get the slides out, you get all the caps off. So it's just the bare body. Then as soon as we got this completely disassembled, we're going to take the body through the wash process, and I'll break that down as we go. Okay, so here, this is our first step of the chemical clean process, and what this is Dawn dish soap and water. And basically we use Dawn dish soap because it helps with antibacteria and it helps break down any crust and corrosion as we're swabbing and brushing everything in and out. We rinse down the instrument. Then we'll just start scrubbing inside of all the ports, the tubes, so we're doing everything internal and external to ensure that we're getting it nice and clean. So what we're going to do here is this is clear rinse water, and we, after every step, go right to the rinse water to get all the solution out or the soap out or the chemicals, whatever we may be using, just so that the horn is ready for the next step. And after we go to the rinse water, then we're going over here to our degreaser. The degreaser helps break down crust and corrosion, get off finger acids, and different solutions that may be all over the instrument. Then we go back over to our rinse. Then we're going to come over to our deox, which is acid. Doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt anybody by touching it or anything, but we always want to be safe. And this deox is going to break down deep crust and corrosion in the brass, and it's going to help break everything down so it's nice and sterile. Then we go back to our rinse one more time. Our chemical cleaning process is used for not only the body of the instrument, but also the internal and external parts such as slides and valves. Now that the horn's been chemically cleaned and completely dried out, we're going to start the rebuild process. We're going to put everything back together, oil and grease it, and get it fresh and ready. Now that the instrument's all back together, our last step in the chemical clean and disinfecting process is going to be using the Envirocin disinfectant and deodorant. We just lightly dust over the instrument, but it helps with so many different things that it's vital to our process. Let that dry, give it a quick wipe down, and then she's ready to go. Okay, for our woodwind cleaning, what we do, the process is, and this is for all woodwinds, flutes, clarinets, saxophones, all alike. What we do is we do a little hand cleaning, hand polishing on the outside. Then on the board, the important part on the inside, where all the spit and everything builds up, we're going to swab out, and we're going to use our Envirocin to break down all of that corrosion and any of that nasty stuff that's built up. So we dust the wand here a little bit. Don't want to saturate it too bad. And then we just give her a nice swab. Make sure that we're getting inside that bore real well. Then we let her dry, give her a wipe down on the outside, and she's good to go. Okay, so now we're going to wash our woodwind mouthpieces and our brass mouthpieces. We do them the same. We're going to use water and then Dawn dish soap once again. That's just the strongest cleaning agent to really get in there. So what we do, you get that water on, but you don't want it to be too hot or too cold or anything of that sort, because it could play with the plastic if it's a woodwind mouthpiece. Dawn dish soap. And we get in there and scrub inside with that boar mouthpiece brush. Get the outside real well, inside. Give her a good rinse. And then, like everything else, we'll dry it off and get it prepped and packaged ready to go. We do the same thing for our brass mouthpieces, followed by a light buffing to bring that plating back. Make sure we get inside the throat and the back bore area, get it nice and clean. Suds it up real well. Give her a nice rinse. And that's our mouthpiece head joint wash process. Okay, so our last process, our final process with mouthpieces before we bag them and get them ready for rentals or to put back into your personal case, is we're going to, after they're dried and cleaned, we're going to use our Mighty Mist Mouthpiece Cleanser. We're going to give it a couple of squirts here, and we're going to let it set and dry. And sometimes we'll help it along here. Get it cleaned off real well. Then we'll get it bagged, labeled, disinfected, and ready to go. So here's our final mouthpiece product, bagged, labeled, cleaned, ready to go, back into the rental system. All of our mouthpieces, head joints, brass mouthpieces all get bagged and labeled and said disinfected or sanitized in this way. If you happen to get one in your rental product that does not have a bag or is not labeled like this, please let us know and we'll get you squared away. The chemicals we're using in our Chem Clean process is from left to right, Zep Murado Super Degreaser Cleaner, Dawn dish soap for the antibacterial, Envirocen 2 disinfectant and deodorant, and Deox, which is a deep brass chemical cleaning and antibacterial. We also use Mighty Mist for disinfecting brass and woodwind mouthpieces. Hope this video gave you a little insight into how we're cleaning and disinfecting and keeping our instruments prepped and ready for this upcoming rental season and this school year. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and give us a call. Here at Milano Music, our number is 480-827-1111.